Hello everybody, this is Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro, and here, coming for you from the Grand Vista Marriott in Orlando, Florida, where I own and operate my teaching business under the Shade Tree. Today I'm going to give you a lesson, and we're going to kind of, get rid of some of the falsehoods or the overthinking in the game of golf and how you make a swing. Now, I put a post up, and you all know that I just talk about a lot of the anatomical things, about the movements of the body. But a lot of people, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but there are certain people who have dove into the golf swing and tried to figure it out and kind of went down the rabbit hole and didn't have a way to get out and pretty much got all confused. And and a lot of people are trying to tell me, in essence, that's what's going to happen to me. Don't get too deep into it. Well, the problem is that I can say is that, number one, they are not me. Number two is when I went to my approach to figure out the actions, quote unquote, of the swing, in a sense, I didn't approach it trying to figure out the golf swing. I went into the approach of figuring out movements, and once I applied these movements, then I applied them to the golf swing. Once I understood the movement, I applied them to the actions of the golf swing, because at the end of the day, a movement is movement. Whether we're playing football, baseball, basketball, whatever, bending your knee is bending your knee. In essence, lifting your hands is lifting your hands, and it ain't no different in golf or any other sports. So my whole entire approach, in essence of whatever, was not to prove or disapprove something in the golf swing, but to basically define what the movements are, and like I said, create a swing motion that's conducive to the only thing that's necessary in a golf swing, which is to strike the golf ball. So today, the lesson I'm going to show you today is how to use the hands. And show you why my dead finger grip. If you haven't gotten that book, go to Amazon, go to shadetreepro.com, look under books and order that book. Because here's the secret of it, is that once I start squeezing that dead finger around there, because it is absolute to squeeze it on the grip, and it can be proven in just a matter of seconds, because if you take the dead fingers off, it's darn near hard and impossible to swing that golf club properly. So the thing is this. These actions of that dead finger basically gave me all these serendipitous type of moments that I start seeing it like, wow. And like I said, it wasn't just for golf, it's baseball, shooting, whatever. And the thing is when you find something that works absolutely, then all of a sudden the rest of the body starts figuring it out as well, because it's trying to match up to it. And remember, I told you the hands are superior. But I'm going to show you something about the hands. Hold up. I'm going to show you something about the hands that's going to be conducive to a hammer. And you have to use creative visualization to understand exactly what's going on. So we know that the wrist, we know we got the bending at the forearm, and then we got the upper arm. But what controls the movement of the arms in itself? What gets them up in the air? Well, obviously, the humerus bone up here is the superior bone in the arms. So obviously, they lift them up. But then there's a conflict, and that conflict is you got the forearm, which is two bones, radius and ulna, and then you got the hand in itself. So to make a swing, to get the club up in the air and to swing it, we have to use creative visualization. So what I do, I'll give you mine. See, I think of the entire form. Now, I've never taught anybody this. I mean, I've never shared this. Let's just put it this way, on this open form that I'm doing. But I actually take from the hand all the way to the forearm, and I think of it, the whole entire arm, as we want to say like a hammer. I think from here all the way there as the part that's hitting the ball. And I think from here to here is the hammer. So the humerus bone is what's lifting the radius bone and ulna and the hand. You see what I mean? But I just think of the whole part as the hammer. So in other words, I'm making this swing the entire arm. So that's my rolling the shaft and all that. See, that's another one of my little things I never talked about. So when I go to hit a ball, sit here to strike this ball. See, the thing is, all I'm doing, and I'm going to show you how this works. Now, if you stood here in this anatomically neutral position, on the outsides of the humerus bone, they're called the epicondyles. That is the lateral epicondyles because they're away from center. They're a lateral epicondyle. So what do we do when we take a golf club back? We take it away from us. So, and this is the furthest away from us. So when I go back, all I'm doing is letting these upper arm, letting the epicondyles take the club back. And I'm taking this whole entire arm back like it's a hammer, like it's the head of the hammer, and then I'm just throwing it through. So the swinging of the golf club, in essence, is basically using a little bit of creative visualization, and from here to there, just feel like the epicondyles are lifting it up. You'll see it. Go watch Jack Nicklaus. You'll see it. Or anybody else, because that's how the arm gets. In baseball, same thing. We get there, yes, and y'all know that I said the hands are the absolute most important thing because they're holding onto the club, but down lifting weights or anything else, we use the humerus bone, the upper arm, to lift it up. I'm just showing you in the golf swing that when the hands come together, the lateral epicondyles come towards each other, and then all you do is just pick them up and drop them down. Using my philosophy of rolling the shaft. I already did the video, show you how my leg and feet work, but I just pick it up and I drop it. I can hit any shot I want with it. Pick it up and I drop it. Oh, this is so easy. But that's how. So we'll get away from all that. Now, I've got a nice video where I talk about I feel like I toss this hand away to get it up in the air. But see, what not telling you that I'm doing it actually with that upper arm, epicondyle, throwing it back to its, see, throwing it back here, and then bringing it back down, rolling the shaft. Once again. And see, I talk about movements that is conducive to everybody. The dead finger is conducive to everyone. Doesn't matter who you are, what sport you play, it's conducive to everyone. Lifting the arms, the entire forearms and hands together as one piece, seeing this as the hammer, the whole entire forearm and hand as the hammerhead, and this upper arm as the handle. So, once again, by doing that, it really makes it easy. You can start working on all the actions from here to there that you want to do to create shots. Basically like me, rolling the shaft and all my coning and all that, but still yet at the end of the day, picking it up with the epicondyles, the lateral epicondyles, is what you pick the golf club up. Why? And here's another reason. Because all of your extensor muscles on the outside of your forearms is connected here, except the one for the thumb, of course, but they're connected here to the epicondyle. So now, of course, extending is what we want, so that basically tells you you're swinging with the outside of the arms. So basically, pick it up, like I did there, boom. And that'll end all that about how to make the backswing, because whatever I do on this side, guess what, people? It's the same over here. This is Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro. There it is, and always good golfing.